What's happening, everybody? It's Thursday. We're back with more Falcons Daily. I am Craig Green, your host. CG is back, and we're going to talk about a little bit of Falcons football here as we get ready to end our week in a couple of days. Folks, thanks again for getting us so much closer to 1,000 subscribers again. Please click that subscribe button if you don't mind. And while you're up there, also give my buddies Fan Arch Co. a follow up there on all their social media as well. Let's take a look here, Falcon family, at Michael Penix. He's been a big story of training camp again. The new starting quarterback for the Falcons. He did start a few games last season at the back end of the year, but now he's got the keys to the castle. He's about to be the man going forward. So what's he doing during mini camp? Just chilling. Not much. Hanging out. Checking his email. Whatevs. Hanging out with Kirko. Just talking stuff. Just staying ready. That's all he's got to do. At practice on Wednesday, it was a lot of Emory Jones. He was the only quarterback who was out there seeing action. Even Easton Stick wasn't out there playing, so there was no Kirko, no Mike Penix. There was no Easton Stick. It was all Emory Jones out there getting reps against the Falcons. But yeah, Penix is just preparing. He's going to just be hanging out, relaxing, keeping his mind and his body right. All he has to do is, really just, there's going to be meetings and things like that after minicamp wraps up. But after the meetings, that's pretty much it. They're going to have a good 4 or 5 weeks until training camp starts, and we don't even have a definitive date for that just yet. So, what we're going to, the things that they got from Michael Penix, the little bit of reps that he was getting were received well by the coaching staff. And also, by the clips that were sent out there looked pretty good. Him connecting with Drake London and what have you. So, we're just now in that period of the waiting game, and that's what Mike Penix is going to be doing right now. There's not much for him to do. Just get his mind right, keep his body right, and get ready for training camp, because that'll be the rev up period for the Falcons and pretty much every other team in the NFL. Looking at the team as a whole, one other theme we heard during OTAs and actually during minicamp was team building. The rookies and vets blending together and coming together and learning how to be around each other. I mean, there were different things that guys like Dan Quinn used to do when he was the head coach of the Falcons. He would put rookies and veterans next to each other. They wouldn't even have the same position, but he would put them next to each other just to have that camaraderie amongst the team. And I thought that was a good touch, and we're still seeing it now. Some of the pairings we've seen so far, guys that we've noticed taking younger players on their wing, like AJ Terrell is one of those guys. He was been really hanging out with James Pierce a lot. AJ said that their personalities are very, very similar, so they get along quite well with each other. And, we've also heard Jalen Walker say he's been, hanging out with a lot of the veterans too. They asked him about, Jesse Bates and his leadership style. And, he's basically said that he's not only learning from Jesse, but learning from any veteran, just trying to acclimate himself to them and also to the locker room as a whole. So I think the blending and the team building, the bonding part of it sounds like it's going very well, especially when you talk about the most important position, quarterback. Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix, and Penix said that Kirk has been there to support him and make sure he he has what he needs. Also, I mean, if you think about former Falcons as well, Michael Vick, Matt Ryan, both these guys have spent time with Penix as well to talk to the young man and put some good advice in his ear and really just help get him prepared for what he's about to get himself into here, which is a full NFL season with him as the guy. Got to get himself off the turf and be ready to play every single week. I mean, it's not something new to Mike because, again, he was the 9th overall pick in the NFL draft. I mean, he's done that at Washington. He did it before coming to the Falcons. So Right now, the team building part of it, that camaraderie is being built, and I think once those, you have those connections with the guys, being together inside the building, outside the building, it really, I think it translates to more success on the field. I mean, one topic that a lot of the Falcons were talking about on Monday and Tuesday was their golf game. That's something that, or excuse me, Tuesday and Wednesday. That's something that the players were really chopping it up about was how well they play golf with each other and things like that. Penix was even talking about playing with a couple of the wide receivers and needing to work on his swing and whatnot. But so again, those connections are being built, and I think it's going to really, hopefully it'll pay dividends for the Falcons. But I think it's a good start to getting the program going, and keeping the offseason program lighthearted and also cohesive as well, because training camp, again, it's right around the corner. Coming up now, speaking of training camp, we were looking at Mike Hughes, who has been getting some work right now on the outside. He talked to the media also on Wednesday, and he told them that he's been working outside. They noticed that, and working across from where AJ Terrell would be. And again, if you can cross train Mike Hughes to be inside and outside, or if you can get him on the outside there, and that allows guys like Clark Phillips or even Billy Bowman to play on the inside, D. Alford as well. I mean, really, you're just adding to the depth of the team, and you're adding to the versatility of the defense when you have guys like Mike Hughes who can go outside, flex inside. You can move them around the board again. You really don't know. You give the offense no chance to really prepare for what to expect, when the Falcons tried out their 11. So I like it. Hughes said he's down to do whatever it takes to help the team, and that's what he's doing. He's stepping up in the middle, and he's gonna play that middle position, or he'll play the outside. Whatever he needs to do. Again, if they need him to rush off the corner as a nickel blitzer, that's something he can do too. So I like Mike Hughes, and I thought he was fairly solid last year. I think he did some pretty good things, and I'm glad that he's back again. It helps with the continuity of the team, and I think this year hopefully will be a much better year for Mike Hughes than last year was. Last topic, y'all. It's mini camp is over. It's done. There's no more OTAs. There's no more mini camp. Right now, from what we understand, there'll just be some meetings next week or for the rest of the week. And after that, the Falcons just have time off. So it's going to be up to them to stay in shape. It's going to be up to them to stay healthy and up to them to stay ready to go, because in just a few weeks' time, training camp will take place. As of now, as of Thursday morning, there is no date for training camp, official date for when that's going to start. So keep your eyes open on the Falcons website, and they'll let you know when, or their social media. And you'll find out when training camp will be, and the ones that we all can go to and see if we can get some autographs or what have you. Some of the practices obviously will be closed to the public, but the ones that are open to the public are a lot of fun. So if you haven't been to training camp before, you've got to go. It is a ton of fun. You get to just be around all the Falcons family out there. Get to hang out, eat some food, chill, watch the Falcons stretch, and just it's a lot closer access to them than you would get if you were watching a game at the Bend. So if you haven't had a chance to go. I've done it. You need to do it. All right, folks, let's call it good, and we will talk to you all on Falcons Friday. So let's wrap it up and ask one more time if you can give my friends Fan Arch Co. a follow up here in the corner. If you can give me a follow as well, Craig G Sports, that's CRAIG, the letter G and the word sports. Please, if you'd like to do that, you can find me on all the social medias. Also, please give this particular show a follow, Falcons Daily. Please hit the subscribe button, and also make sure your notifications on, so that way when we launch our new video on Falcons Friday, you are the first to know when we are going to premiere it. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Sayonara and buenos noches.